Oh, we are live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the second day of 5-day business growth challenge with Ruth Dorsainville, Tammy Lee Robinson, and me, Mina Vo. So, hope that you have a great day yesterday with my info about numerology, and today we are going to learn more about business. So when we have a business, people have to know us, people has to see us. And if you don't know how to build your funnel, your self funnel, and do marketing online, then you're stuck, right? So today we are going to learn how to do that, to build a self funnel with Ruth Dawsonville. So with a big applause, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ruth to the stage, and she's going to give you great time today with her knowledge. Ruth is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Mina. Thank you so much for the value that you did yesterday. I remember I was taking notes. You took 2 hours to really go into depth as to how can somebody can really identify who they are in numerology and see any blockages and how they can further their life. So first of all, I want to congratulate you for a wonderful thing that you did yesterday. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Welcome to day two of the 5-day business growth challenge. So, day one, we wanted to start the challenge with understanding who you are because there's many reasons why certain things may be getting in your way. Sometimes it just could be that you don't even understand who you are, right? So the first thing first that we want to do is to identify where we are and where we want to go, right? And find that gap and see how we can close that gap, sorry, so that we could get to where we want to be, right? So that's what we did with me now on day one. Today, this is day two. So today we're actually going to get into the business component of things, right? We're actually going to ask ourselves, okay, you're probably in business or you want to be in business, but you don't know how to get there. You don't know continuity, right? So this particular day today is to help us to be able to not only build a funnel, and if you don't know what a funnel is, I'll be able to explain it further. Okay. So with us, we also have Tammy. Tammy, welcome to the day two challenge. How are you
Hello,
doing today?
hello. Very good yourselves.
Excellent, excellent. So we're just recapping from day one and now what's going to happen in day two. So welcome everyone. Any few words that you would like to add, Tammy, for
No,
your day
it's
three
just
tomorrow? For your day three tomorrow, any little jigs that you could give them to to stay tuned for day three?
oh my god, day 3 is going to be such a treat with Peggy McCall. I met Peggy when I was at assisting Bob Proctor's seminars as a Proctor Gallagher consultant. So we had the privilege to work with her very closely. So again, I'm sure this week is going to be different than maybe other webinars or seminars that you've attended because yes, we're going to talk business. Ruth is all business today, but she's business with mindfulness. So, it's not just, like I said yesterday, I think you can have the best marketing plan in the world. If your energy, if your frequency, if your vibration is not there, if you're discouraged, if you're frustrated, the best marketing plan in the world will not help you. So, it's really the combination of having powerful business strategies, but also the combination with having a personal vibration where you're strong and confident. And because it's another frequency, when we're in low vibrations, you won't get that $100,000 idea. You won't get that big contract. We have to be in a higher frequency. And that's thanks to doing my natural therapist certification that I was able to, oh my God, combine both of them. That's why my company is called MBS Life Class, because it's the mind, business, and soul. So we have to elevate our souls. And Peggy McCall tomorrow, same thing, to become a number one bestseller. It's yes, having a good book, but it's also having the frequency and the energy that you're worthy and that you're going to attract this. Because don't forget, guys, the law of attraction It's just like another law of the universe, like the law of gravity. Whatever we let go falls down. And we can't push pause on the law of gravity. Well, the law of attraction is the exact same thing. You can't push pause on it. So, whatever you're thinking and feeling on a continuous basis, you're in creation. So, that's what we're going to look at this week.
Beautiful. Do you mind just telling them a little bit more in regards to day 4? What's going to happen with day 4 with you?
Oh, with me? Well, we're going to go in and look in detail how I was able to, in my previous job, even with my existing clients, how these people have dramatic transformations in their personal life or in their business by aligning, again, business plans. But 12 essential tools or really lessons, 12 lessons that I've studied with Bob Proctor. And these are life lessons. So if you integrate these life lessons into your life, not do it for 6 months and then not do it anymore, but really when you become to live according to these principles, and a principle is like goal setting. Without goals, we have no passion, we have no, sorry, I didn't think to close my home phone. So so it's, there's different life principles, leaving everyone we meet with an impression of increase. Another lesson we study is attitude. What is attitude? So, and the terror barrier, hitting a terror barrier. Is this fear, or is this, my soul telling me not to go there? So there's different components. Oh my God, there's crazy technical things going on here. I'm on my iPad.
It's called abundance. You've got so many calls that are coming through. It's called abundance.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tammy. So we're going to get started with day 2. So what I will do, I'm actually going to share my screen. For those of you who are in the VIP, stay on. Afterwards, we'll be able to send you guys a link. Sorry, you'll probably get the email for the link because we want to be able to help you guys in terms of actually not just learning, but also implementing those things. So those that had a chance to go to the VIP, you could actually do so. You could still do it as well, by the way, if you go to www.powerfulmanifestors.com, you're still able to upgrade to the, sorry, let me just put it here. Manifestors.
With an S, because we're 3 manifestors
That's
here.
Right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to Powerful Manifestors, you could still upgrade, and then we'll be able to literally laser coach you for about an hour and show you the step by step on how to get to where you are and where you want to be. Because there's only a gap, and we're looking to close that gap with you. All right. So thank you so much, guys. I'll get started with my presentation. So thank you so much, Tammy and Mina. I'll see you guys at the very end.
Great.
Enjoy.
Enjoy, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So today we're going to talk about, I'm going to share my screen. Just a minute. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So now let me make sure that you guys could see it. Okay. So now you guys could probably see my screen. And because I'm on my phone, I could also see as well if you guys can see my screen. This is also like a Google Meet. So we can see the PowerPoint, but I'm not sure if you guys can see me. So I'm just going to go on here to confirm. Beautiful. Okay. So today I want to talk to you guys about the DNA of millionaires, right? So what is the DNA of millionaires? What is the DNA of millionaires, right? As you guys know, my branding is DNA, right? Success is in your DNA. For those that knows me, so those that doesn't know me, DNA actually stands for something. DNA stands for Dorsainville, which is my last name, N as the middle, and A, Ambroise, which is my mother's last name, right? So many people doesn't know that because they always think, oh, DNA, you mean like the DNA of your blood, the DNA of this. Everybody, that's what everybody thinks. But this particular name, DNA, I'm not sure if you guys have started a business before, but the DNA came up after months and months because your first business, you want it to be perfect, right? Like all of us. Like I remember that as well. You all want it to be perfect. It has to be the perfect name. It's your baby. And you know what? As it should be. Now I know better. Now I know that, it's okay to get emotionally attached, which is great. But this particular name came at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was actually in New York. I had started my business in Ottawa. Then I moved to New York to expand it. And the name just came up in the middle of the 3 o'clock in the morning. I got up and I'm like, DNA, Dorsainville and Ambroise. So, what do I mean by the DNA of millionaires? So, I don't come from the lucky sperm or the lucky, I don't. That's not where I come from. And what I love about my journey and my mentor is that I've met people that actually came from the same place that I've done. They had to create their own DNA, so to speak, right? Because a lot of people limit ourselves with their surrounding, the way that they were raised, right? The way that they grew up, the education that they have, right? So the DNA of millionaires is saying, you know what? I could create my own DNAs. And scientifically, it's been proven that you can. So I don't mean DNA perspective, but I mean rejuvenating your cells. If you change your habit for a particular amount of time, if you change your habit, you will eventually change your paradigm, right? So what is a paradigm? Paradigm is a big habitual thing that you do on a very regular basis without even thinking, right? So when we get up in the morning, we get up, we take a shower, we get up in the same side of the bed, we brush our tooth with the same toothbrush, well, for a period of time, right? We wear similar types of clothes, right? We drive the same way to work, right? So technically our DNA or our consciousness or our paradigm is programmed to go in a particular way. Now, the DNA of millionaire is a way for you to be able to change that and say, you know what? Yes, I may have been born in this particular way. My environment right now may be that particular, way, but this is it. And I'm here to have the DNA of millionaires. So I'm here to share with you how you can be not only the DNA millionaires, but how you can also grow within your business. Okay. So today I'm going to teach you how to implement continuity in your business in less than 3 days without using a website. Okay. So what is continuity, right? Continuity is a business that does not expect, doesn't that you don't have to get up each and every single day and have to work. That's what continuity is, right? And in 3 days is definitely able to do it in 3 days. I've done it many times. I could show it to you very quickly, and I have some free gift for you to be able to do it instantly, but we'll talk about that later. And without using a website. Why am I saying without using a website? Now, many people like me, you know, we have a business. Again, it's our baby. We love it. It's like, oh my God. And then you have the name, like, oh my God, I love the name DNA Diversity Executive Search, right? Or DNA Legacy Group. It's so beautiful. So you get somebody, you're going to pay them a bunch of different, money. Like, I want a website that represents me, that represents my brand. These are the colors. Go for it. $24,000 later. You post it, you tell all your friends about it, you're putting it online, and then cricket. Like, wait a minute. I love this name. I love my website. What's going on? Cricket, right? So I'm going to share with you guys why website is a thing of the past. Okay. So myself, I'm an investor, speaker, recruitment expert. I've been doing this for over 20 years. I'm management advisor to many Fortune, 100 or 10 companies within North America. So we're able to go through my journey in a few minutes so you guys could see why you should listen to me, right? So now we'll start with a story. Now, one of my career was actually in sales because my first job was actually at SmartSet as a sales girl, which I was terrible at. But around like that was at 16. But around 19, I actually got another opportunity to work door-to-door sales. This was not a career that I chose for myself. I was actually in between jobs, which you guys will see later on. And I decided to do, this training, which was selling door-to-door sales, POS system. So I would sell those, this machine that for Interact machine. I would sell this to individual, to companies, and go door to door that way. So you guessed it, what happened, right? Like, we don't need it. We don't get out of my way. So, we've got the adrenaline rush when, receiving a slam door, we had the awkward conversation, and we had the long moments between the yes and the no's, right? So this was my second career in sales. So I decided to just continue to see what can I do to actually accomplish success, right? So I went to door-to-door sales. I did immigration consultant. I did sales management. I did recruiting. I did a bunch of different things that allowed me to find the actual peak, which is what I'm going to share with you, how I was able to get to the final destination and understanding what this is all about and how to make money consistently, repeatedly, without having to struggle each and every single day. Okay. So another thing as well that I've learned is that traditional sales have their limitation. So it was time to pivot. All right. So let me go back to, I went back to that already in regards to how to build a website, right? So there's two ways to do. There's one way is to have traditional website. What happened with website is that even though it's beautiful, it doesn't generate money. And the reason for that is because there's way too much information, right? It's like a kid going to a candy store. Like, oh my God, there's a framboise, which in French, strawberries, but the candy one. And I'm thinking about it. I actually want to have right now the strawberry here. They're like, I want to have that. And then there's a peach there. And they want to have the peach. And they have so many different things, right? So the website is like, oh my God, about her. Let me just see about, there's a testimonial. Let me see more about the testimonial. Let me see about, she has a free call. Let me go there. She has one program. Let me go to this program. So when you build a website with all those content, that's exactly what you're displaying. That's exactly the journey that that your clients have. They're confused, they're overwhelmed, lots of information, but they are confused, right? Which is why, funnel is things that it's a journey that not only helps your customer remove any confusion, right? But not just that, but it allows you to make money right away. Okay, and I'll show you how in a few minutes. Okay. Now, one thing about websites as well, as I mentioned earlier, you could have a website. It costs you, 10, 20, thousands of dollars, depending on how complex it is, versus funnels. Funnels, you could find funnels as little as $97 a month, right? So we'll talk about that in the future. Now, who is this webinar for? Now, this webinar is for ambitious entrepreneur looking to maximize their presence online. Right? Now, when I mean entrepreneur, you could have a job, right? And then look for, and then you have a business on the side. So you also fall under entrepreneur, right? But the other entrepreneur can also identify themselves and in terms of, being ambitious. But the main thing is here, whether you're a part-time or full-time entrepreneur, the key word here is ambitious. All right. Because without ambitions, without growth, I'm sorry, I cannot help you. It has to come from you, right? And who is it for as well? It's for marketing professionals and that are eager to increase their conversion rate, right? So there's many people that are out there, they're doing marketing, and they too are not able to understand why they're not able to convert their conversion rate, right? And it's also for small business owner looking to unlock their growth potential. So you could have a brick and mortar business. It doesn't matter. We'll be able to show you how to be able to grow exponentially. All right. So my goal is to ensure your business continuity with the most powerful tools and techniques available. All right. So what we want to do, we want to make sure that you have an impact analysis, a recovering strategy, a plan development, and a testing and maintenance. Okay. So this is the best business continuity. So then this will be done without you involved, meaning that it's a system that will work for you 24 hours, 7 days a week. Right. And that's what Funnels does for you. Right. It actually allows you to have an employee, right, for $97 a month that doesn't ask for vacation, doesn't ask for break, doesn't have a headache that day, and so that's what a continuity business is. That you get up in the morning, right, and you could actually be creative because you don't have to look for leads over and over and over again. All right, so we'll go into that in further details in the future, in later in the presentation. So now there's two truths. The first one is that if you don't have a continuity, you don't have a business. Okay. So it took me a while to understand that. Right. And I remember the different business models that I've had in the past. And I remember when I had continuity, and when I remember one time I was 30 and I was in Miami Beach, I decided to take a year off, but I had money coming in each and every single month. So I didn't have to work. Right. And I remember people were looking at me like, how the hell can you live in Miami? And people that were visiting, because it's only 10% of actually people that are living in Miami Beach actually live there. And I was one of them. There's only 10% of us. Everybody else, 90% is just traveling, right? And I remember all I did was actually having, going to restaurants, enjoying my life, and not stressing, and actually going to the spa every other day, right? And people were like, how can you do this? I'm like, well, I made a placements and it's on a contract, and I'm making money for the next year or two, and I don't know what to tell you. So I wasn't really aware of what I was doing, right? But that's called continuity. So I was able to do other things with my free time, right? And the second truth is that the only way for you to surpass websites and achieve your sales goal is by going through marketing funnels, right? So marketing funnels, as I mentioned to you earlier, it's a journey where you actually take your customers, instead of having a very busy website, which we'll go through in the future. So first, what should you listen to me? What are my quote unquote credentials, right? So believe it or not, I used to be a model at 7 years old. I actually was walking down the street of Montreal, my sister and I, and somebody stopped me and said, you know what, I would love for you to model. So I did. It was actually runway modeling. And honestly, I won each and every single prize, number one each time, right? It was so easy for me that I didn't see the value in it, right? If I knew what I knew now, I probably would stay there and make lots and lots and lots of money just walking, right? But back then I just felt like, you know what? All I'm doing is walking. I don't understand this. I don't understand any of it, right? But I remember actually that time where I won number one. I actually left. I did my runway and I went to McDonald's and I came back because I'm like, I'm so over it. And they came back like, hurry up, you won. I'm like, and I had to go into the stage and, take my trophy. And I'm like, okay, this is not for me. I feel like I could do more, right? So that was 7 years old. So went to school, went to high school, and decided to become a junior accountant. So one of the things that actually I was actually supposed to graduate high school at 15 years old. But one thing led to another. I didn't really do what I was supposed to be doing in high school. I graduated afterward, around 16 years old. But during that time, I became a junior accountant. I was really obsessed with numbers. I love numbers. I love figuring things out, right? And that's one of the things that I thought as a model, all you had to do was look at your beauty, but that's not true. They're actually very smart Harvard graduate models right now. So and as you guys can see, Tyra Banks, she's on a TV show. She's a very businesswoman. But my brain was more focused on doing. I was a doing person. I wanted to know the numbers, right? So I became a junior accountant. And I did very well, to the point that I was actually doing personal and small business for the entire company. And it was a small company, a small firm. My mom actually had helped me get this job. And the guy was so confident that after, I think, a few months, like, are you okay to do this book and that book? I'm like, and I love that. I'm like, yes, of course. I'm so honored that you will allow me to do small business taxes. So he went on vacation with his wife and his family and came back, 1 month later, and everything was fine. So I really loved what I did, except that I realized, especially during tax season, that I was going during, it was daytime by the time that I came in, and I would leave around nighttime, right? So I remember thinking there must be more to life, right? And that's when I decided to become a civil servant. I was actually here in Ottawa. Funny enough, I'm back in Ottawa. And I decided to, like, no, let me just give it a try. Everybody's going to the government. Let me give it a try, right? And not just that, that was my mom's dream for me, right? She told me, you know what, Ruth, go to the government, stay there for 20 years, and you will be able to get your pension. You will be able to get everything, right? So I did. I was able to accomplish that within 18 years old. And then what happened is that I was bored out of my mind. Like I was just, somebody kill me now, like right now, like right now, there must be more to life. However, I went from making 40,000 to $75,000 as a civil servant. So I went from a public, I worked from working for the Ministry of the Attorney General to working for the minister's regional office. So I went from provincial to federal. I was able to get a promotion, but again, I was doing like nothing at all. Well, to me, was not, I wasn't challenged. So at that time too, I was actually dating somebody, and I was making more money than him, right? And he was like, okay, Ruth, can you stop complaining, because right now you're making more money than me, and I'm a lawyer, and it's like, stop complaining. But I'm like, I can't do this. I cannot stay there and not use my skill. And one of the things that I love is that, during those times, and if some of you guys know my story, I was reading personal development book. So the fact that I was daring enough to leave a full-time government position. And if anybody's in Ottawa, I'm in Canada, they would know. When you're permanent, like you're not on contract, when you're permanent, you're safe for the next 20, 25 years of your life, right? But I remember thinking, with no one's approval around me, that I cannot do this. It must be more to me. Like it must be more in life than what I'm doing. So that's when I was making enough money to purchase the um, Tony Robbins program at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And as I heard Tony Robbins saying, you know what? Do you feel like your life is meant for more, right? Do you feel like inside of you that you could do more, right? So even though I heard this commercial over and over and over again, that particular time it touched me, and I was like, you know what? I woke up again. It's something about 3 o'clock in the morning, isn't it? I woke up around 3, 4 o'clock, and I decided to purchase. I called. Back then I had a check, and I'm like, oh, here's the check. Send it over. Now they had the number for my check. They ran it through, and I had all my CDs. I had the 30-day power, 30 days personal power. All right, the 30-day program, and everything was clear. When you're listening to yourself, right? Because I couldn't listen to anybody around me, not my family. My mom told me that I was crazy. Everybody around me told me, I've been trying to get to the government for the longest time, and you have a full time and you're leaving. So I had to block everybody and just really listen to myself, right? And at that time, I had Tony that I was listening to at the present time through his book and his audio. And I actually had a plan. I had my board. I created a plan. I'm going to quit. I'm going to go to school, because I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew that I did not want to be there. So what I decided to do is to take a leap of faith. And through that leap of faith, can you imagine? I went from making $75,000 to going to door-to-door sales, selling POS system, right? And again, during that time, I was just taking any jobs because I wanted to go to university at that time, right? So my goal was university. But in the meantime, I had to pay the bills, right? So I'm like, okay, let me go to door-to-door sales, right? So I tried that for a little bit. And then another thing that I've tried as well as an immigration consultant, I actually really love this particular this particular career. The only thing is that I'm a Cancer, and even though I act really really tough, and I'm a very when it comes to business I'm that way, but I took every single file with me because I was really attached to those files, right? And the people that I would serve is people that came through, I would say asylum is for the US, but they came in through Canada because something happened in their country and they had to stay here, right? So I couldn't sleep. I was taking their files literally to heart, right? And I decided I can't do this anymore. All I do is talk about my, my clients. I can't do this anymore. So I decided to leave this. And as I was actually doing, I did another temp positions. Somebody called me, which I'm still friends with today, and she called me and she said, "Have you ever done recruitment?" Because she called the office and to say that. She called the office to recruit, and I answered the phone. I was an office manager. She's like, "Hi, I'm like, are you? I'm looking for, it's like, hi, my name is, okay, I won't say her name now. Who am I speaking with?" She's like, "Oh, this is Ruth Dorsainville. Welcome to, this particular company. How can I help you?" It's like, "Oh, are you bilingual?" I'm like, "Yeah, je parle français, pas de problème." And she's like, "Okay." She's like, "Have you ever looked into recruitment?" I didn't even know what recruiter was. And I'm like, "No." She's like, "Would you be interested in an opportunity and just having a conversation with me about, a career in recruitment?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?" Right? Because I was on a temporary assignment. She's like, "Okay, send me your resume and we'll go from there." So beautiful. So I sent her my resume, and then the rest is history. She was a great, great, great mentor. She helped me. And this company that I worked with was Apple One. Apple One is actually um, owned by the first Black billionaire to own a recruiting and staffing industry. It's so funny how life puts you into a journey, because right now she's my idol in terms of where I'm looking to build my own business, right? So the fact that my first career in recruitment was exactly Apple One, which is her husband. I can't remember the name of can't remember her name of the husband, but they actually merged their business together. And she is the first, Janice Howard, the first Black billionaire to run a recruiting and staffing company. And that was my first job in recruitment. So one thing led to another. I started to do that, and then as I was doing this, I also started consulting on the side. I was open my own consulting job on the side, and then an opportunity came in to become a manager of the largest bar in Manhattan. Okay, so as you can see so far, from modeling to accounting to government to POS system to immigration consultant to recruitment to manager, none of them are related. I don't have any experience in any of those things. The only thing that I had was passion and the determination to succeed. That was my only goal, right? So for those of you that don't have skills or experience, don't worry about it, right? And the catch 22, because I'm a career expert, when you're looking for a job, they want you to have experience, 2, 3, 4, 5 years of experience. But when you're a recruiter, you could do it on, sorry, when you're an entrepreneur, when you're an entrepreneur, you could do it with no experience whatsoever. All you need is a desire, right? So from managing the largest bar in Manhattan, we went from making like $2,000 a day to $10,000 a day. And then I decided to leave because I had no life. Okay. It was Manhattan, close to Times Square, Hell's Kitchen. I decided I need to have a life as well. And again, that comes with passion, but that's just me. I was a workaholic, and that's just me. So that's when I decided afterwards to really focus my goal on the recruiting business. Right. That's when I became a business owner. I was able to find a great contract with the government of Canada to be able to help, minorities, help opportunities in Canada. So far, again, the way that I went into my recruiting business was through passion. Right. So once I was able to start my own business, I was able to have a great mentor, which helped me to buy different companies. What we did, we merged our businesses together, and we kept purchasing recruiting firms throughout North America. Right. So what happened is that we became Inc. fastest growing company. Right. I went from a one woman show to expandedly to having 44 locations and having 1,440 recruiters worldwide. Right. So that was at the age of 33. So of course, I think I know it all. All is good. And, so with the DNA growing up. And then that's when I decided, actually, I didn't decide, I shouldn't say that. That's when something happened in my life. And as you can see, in everything that I did, I always give it 1,000%. That was my major focus. And guys, if you're in your 20s, I envy you, because back then I remember when I was like, focus. You know what? If you don't have a family and everything else, you could be laser focused on accomplishing your dream and your goal. And one of the good things that you have right now is that you have people that have already done it. So all you got to do is, forget all the mistakes and get a mentor to be able to mentor you. But if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, it doesn't matter. The main thing is to have passion, right? So I'm on Wall Street. Everything is going well, making money, running around Manhattan in limo only, right? I remember those days. And I decided to, no, I didn't decide. So what happened is that I was stressed out of my mind, right? So I was literally on Wall Street getting bullied by, the Wall Street people, right? And if you guys seen the movie Wolf of Wall Street, that's just a glimpse of what's really going on Wall Street, right? So went there and I literally had to fight every single day. I had to fight to be myself. I had to fight for everything, right? Because that's what they believe in. And every time, if you were successful, they would literally crush you because it was a dog eat dog world, right? So I had eczema. Actually, that's the second time. The first time it happened as well. That was the second time that I had eczema, but it wasn't just eczema. People think eczema, that's it. No, it was eczema from head to toe. My entire face was swollen, literally swollen, and it was actually disgusting. It had stuff coming out of the eczema, and then at the same time, I also had a cyst on my ovary that ruptured. So there was blood all over all over. So they actually had to operate. I actually had to operate, and then they had to cut me open and remove all the blood. So one thing led to another. I was in the hospital, but because my paradigm, even though it was passion and everything else, it was very much survival. Growing up, with a mother that had to raise 5 kids on her own with the help of churches and family members, my goal was survival. How can I make as much money as possible? That was my identity, right? That was my identity. That was my happiness, right? Anything that didn't fall into that, I had they were not in my movie, right? So I decided to, take the time to actually find out more about who I am, right? And as I was saying, in the hospital, you would think that I would just, sit there and, you know, and say with the vitamin, no, not vitamin, with medicine. But no, I was actually making phone calls while I had drugs and trying to close deal until, the owner says, Ruth, respectably, I'm going to stop taking your calls. You need to take care of your health, okay? And just figure things out. What else are you outside of work? And that was a tough time because I didn't know who I was without working. It was my entire identity, right? And again, success, money, that's what I lived for, right? So now I decided to do a little bit of, so I went to Bali. So I was able to go to Bali, lived in Bali, and lived in Australia for about 6 months, live in New Zealand, Singapore, and I decided to just travel for a bit, right? I had an amazing time. It was a huge awakening in terms of the culture. It took me, again, paradigm. This is how strong paradigms are in yourself, right? So it took me a year and a half to learn how to relax. It took me a year and a half to know how to spell relax. Okay, my New York style went to Bali. I did the island. It usually takes people 2 to 3 months. I did it in 3 days. Okay, I got a driver, came in. I want to do South. When the next day, and within 3 days, I did the entire island. I'm like, what's left? What's left? And then within 3 days, I wanted to do more things. Most people relax after 8 o'clock. I'm like, 8 o'clock, that's half of a day. We still have until 2 o'clock in the morning, right? People were looking at me like, who this hell is this crazy lady messing up with our Zen? So, and I went there, of course, spending so much money, had a private driver here, private driver there. I saw the movie, with Julia Roberts, and and I'm like, let me enjoy this particular time of my life. So it wasn't until somebody, an African guy actually, that I met, And everybody, as you know, when you travel and spend so much money, they're trying to, they don't trying, they're ripping you off. So this guy, a great friend of mine, I think, came up and says, "What are you, my sister? What are you doing?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "You're spending way too much money. This is Bali. I'm supposed to spend that much money on everything." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Where are you staying right now?" I'm staying at a hotel. He's like, "I'm going to make sure that you're okay." So he made sure that I was okay, I was safe, and everything else. We became friends. And then I was more local. I was at, and then that's when I started to write a book. So my relax time was actually writing a book, which is still right now in the marketing component, because we're actually making it a New York Times bestselling author. It's called The DNA of Happiness. It's actually a book that talks about my journey being in, on Wall Street, and while I'm here in Bali. So now that I had a different perspective, what would I've given myself as advice, right? Which is to have a more integrated life balance, right? So that was that. And then I came to Canada. My sister had a wedding, and I was stuck. I was stuck in Canada. And then there was the COVID, right? So I was stuck during COVID. So I decided to open up a music record company with my cousin. That was one thing that I've done. I decided to also open a charity event. And as you guys know, it was the Black Lives Matter movement during that time, right? So the world was going, chaotic. Well, North America, well, the world actually, during COVID. And that's when I decided to open the DNA Diversity Executive Search, which is a company that helps people of minority have a place in the boardroom at the executive level, right? So that when you look at any company, you look up and then you see Black, white, indigenous, people of color, women, LGBTQ2, veterans, blind, disabled. The goal is to create minority. And the truth is, a company like mine, I shouldn't say that, but should not exist, because this should be equal opportunity. But the sad thing is, it's not, right? So as you can see throughout my journey, none of them are literally related. There's many different skills. So if you're somebody that doesn't know what you want, that doesn't have the experience per se, it doesn't matter. All you really need is a passion, a cause that you're really willing to to work your entire life for. Okay. So all right. So one of the people that I've been trained by, and as you know, the number one was Tony Robbins. So not only did I get a chance to have him as my coach around 19 years old, I actually paid extra to actually have coaches, people that were literally next door to him. I had a chance to meet him. I had a chance to be to be coached by Tony Robbins as well. So that's one of the people that that if you guys are watching this, you're literally sitting right here. So all those 20 something years of experience, you don't have to go through any of that, because you're literally sitting right here with all those knowledge, right? We also had Barbara Bruno. So I've been working with Barbara Bruno for the last 20 years. She's been helping me tremendously in my recruiting business. I remember when I first started, I had an issue trying to calculate the temps and everything else. And I literally went on the floor and I'm like, what should I do? And then I'm like, Barbara Bruno. So I gave her a call. I'm like, Barbara, and she actually picks up her phone. If you're one of her students, she actually picks up her phone and gives you advice, and it's like, oh, and then everything was fine. So great, great lady in the recruiting industry. So Bob Proctor, I knew Bob Proctor before Proctor Gallagher Institute, and the habits that I had was instilled in me without me even knowing what I was doing, right? Waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, getting a personal trainer to meet me at 5:30, right? Starting my day at like 6 o'clock was something that I did naturally for so many years without realizing that I've learned this from all of those people. Right. I'm like, of course, I'm going to get success because my mind was trained this way. Right. But I then, as Bob Proctor would say, and as he's done as well, he didn't know why he was so successful. But those habits that I've created for myself, the habits that the DNA of millionaires create for themselves, it's what helps them to have great success, right? Darren Hardy, if you guys don't know him, he was the managing executor and executive, no, anyways, of Success Magazine. Success Magazine was originated from Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill started the first Success Magazine, right? Napoleon, who's Napoleon Hill? Napoleon Hill is the person that wrote Think and Grow Rich. Okay, so the magazine that he created was a magazine that interviewed all the successful people in the world, right? And every single month they would highlight one of the giants in the industry, right? So from Napoleon Hill to many other, I think Dale not Dale Carnegie, but Earl Nightingale was also the founder for a particular, not the founder, but the director for a particular time, all the way down to Darren Hardy, right? So what does Darren Hardy do? Interviews the best of the best, learn from them and teach it. Okay, so that's like $1 million worth of training and coaching, right? Also have Gary Vee. So when it comes to anything marketing, everybody knows Gary Vee, right? Had a chance to meet him, personally. Great, humble individual. Helps you to grow your business to 8 figure very easily. Um, the other one is Lowell and Jeremiah. So Lowell and Jeremiah, we have a coach in similar, which is Bob Proctor. So she was one of the students of Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor, his student was actually aligned with Darren Hardy, which is Earl Nightingale, which was also part of the Success Magazine and everything else. So we all come from the Thinking to Grow Rich. And this is what this book has been able to do and connect so many people in the world. So Lowell and Jeremiah took this knowledge, understood the law of attraction, and she says, why don't I just focus on money? Everybody needs money. Let's just focus on money. And that's what she does. She creates millionaire. So she's a millionaire coach. So I had the pleasure to be part of one of her students as well. So if you're asking me, why should I listen to Ruth? You don't have to. I'm just saying, you're not listening to me, listening to all those knowledge that I've accumulated along the years. Okay. And Bob Proctor said all the time, you know what? I have the license to brag about it because none of these ideas are mine, right? We just learn from other people that were able to be successful. Right. And the people that we're learning from are the people that have changed and has built America to be one of the biggest country in the entire world. Right. All right, so these are just people again. So Marianne Williamson, as you guys are knowing, she's running for president right now in America. Sorry, in United States. So I had a chance to meet with her. Great lady, very spiritual, amazing lady. Mary Morrissey, as you guys know her, she's great in terms of spirituality and business. Beckwith, he's a very spiritual leader as well. So these are all the individuals and the people that I had a chance to work with. Okay. So this is where you're sitting right now. Okay. So I want to give you guys that perspective so that you guys know where I'm taking you guys right now, because it's not any of things that I've created for myself. These are things that I've learned from giants. Okay. And spend lots and lots and lots and lots of money. Right. So right now I want to talk to you about how I had a new perspective, right? And the perspective was I kept working and working and working. Even as a recruitment, all you do is like you find clients each and every single day. You find a client this day, you made a placement, you get 20, 30, whatever, 40K, and then you have to start all over again. And then you have to start over and over and over and over again until I came across the continuity method. Okay. What is the continuity method? The continuity method is an opportunity for you to create a business that generates money each and every single month, right? So if you have a business right now, I could show you how to change that to a one-time payment to how you can create a monthly generating business model. What does that do? When you have a business that creates money each and every single month, what you have is that you have the opportunity to literally take a breather because money's coming into your bank account. So many times I have my Stripe, I'm like, money came through here, money came through there, so it allows you to take a breather and say, you know what, how can I expand? How can I grow? Versus, oh my God, I made money this month. I don't know when I'm going to make my next money the following month. Right. So by having monthly consistent money each and every single month, right, you're able to grow bigger and faster. Okay. So now one of the things that I've done in the past is, again, having a website. Right. So I had a great business model. I got a great system. I had a great development plan. and I tested it. Everything was fine. But again, I implemented it. So it cost me so much. I did some marketing as well. It cost me so much money in Google ad, Facebook ad, email marketing, but none of this worked. Why? Because I did a bunch of ads for them to go into a website. Okay. If anybody's done this before, by the way, let me know, because you guys understand the frustration. Okay. You go in the back and you see the Google ads, you see those things, like if you guys have went through this, put an I or a one, or I understand, or I feel you. Okay. You put all this money, they go into the website and you could see visit 50 people, visit 500 people, sign up zero. Okay. You could see thousands of visits, sign up zero. Okay, we all went through that. Anyone that has a website would understand what I'm talking about. And the reason for that is because they do not have a funnel. Okay, so what is a funnel? Right, so a funnel, basically what it is, it's a page that has one action and one action only, which is for people to make a decision. Right, you're not selling them a bunch of things, you're selling them one thing, or you're giving them something free in exchange for their first name, last name, and email. Just by having that, you're in business. Okay, because by having the data in the digital world, right, in order for you to have assets, it's a database. This is your assets in the new world. I mean, in the data world, in the new world, in the online world. Okay, website doesn't do that. Website, they go in, they click, click, click. Okay, somebody calls, they don't, and then forget about it. Versus a funnel, they cannot go anywhere unless they put their contact information or they purchase something. Then you will provide them with more services and create a long-term relationship with them as the as your journey and your products grows. Okay, and also 80% of your business profit is made after the first sale. Okay, the hardest thing is to get somebody into you, whether it's your website, whatever you want to do, right? But the hardest thing is to get somebody that's never known you before to come to you, right? And to provide their information, because they don't know you. So that's the hardest part. But once they're there, you're okay, because you could provide them services, free stuff, education, and then that's how you're going to build the relationship online. Okay, now one of the things that has happened when I had a website is that not only we have to put a lot of money into Google ads and everything else, but overnight in 2012, the profit went from being able to the cost per Google went from 25 cents to $3 per click. Okay, so any small business, and then it went, my profit went from 80 to 40%, because anybody could click 25%, 25%. I would be able to make money and break even. Right, so if somebody paid 25 cents, I do an offer for them to come into my funnel, maybe for 20 bucks, right? And I would break even, and then they would buy something for 20 bucks, and I would break even. And then I would think about maybe creating a different program that's going to help their journey in the future and make profit later on. Right, but Google, I mean, the big giants like Google decided overnight to go from 25 cents to $3 per click. So what does that mean? Small businesses did not survive, or they would barely making it. Why? Because Google wanted to work with the big giants. We were not their ideal customers. They didn't care about the people that were actually growing the economy. They didn't care about us. They wanted to focus on the big giant company that are spending millions of dollars in Google ads. Okay, so I'm going to show you today how you don't have to do any of this. Okay, and not spend that much money as well to generate profit on a systematic, regular basis on each and every single day. Okay, so after several years, I discovered the path. Of how to make money, consistently online, and it was not through a website. Okay. And I think I made myself clear from the very beginning. But it was actually through funnels, right? So basically, what a funnel, as I mentioned to you, is, and you guys can see here, it allows you an opportunity to create a journey with your clients, right? So let's say right now I run a recruiting and staffing company, right? So a funnel for myself would be an example such as, and by the way, if you guys have funnel, want me to do an example, put it below. And also those of you that are in the VIP, I'll be able to go further in detail as to how I could help you to create a continuity site. So let me know below, and look at the link below in order for you to be able to be part of that particular of that particular laser focus consultation. Okay, so after several years in my business, I realized that one of the things that we can do is just have one page that says, you know what, here's a book. Here's a book that allows you to have an opportunity to get to know us, right? So basically, they'll get to know what is a diversity, equity, and inclusion. How can they create diversity and inclusion in their organization, right? And how can they create DI within and create a consoles of DI within their company as well. So they could do all this without having access to me, and just by reading the book, they're able to do that. So we're giving them for free, right? In addition to that, we decided to give them, why not give another free things, right? But as they're giving them the books, they obviously have to give us their email address for us to send them the information, right? So we send them the information, and then voila, we've got an email. So we've got the email. So now we've got the contact information of this particular person, right? Now, okay, what else can this person need? Right. So this particular individuals that would love this particular book would be CEOs, VP of HR, VPs of sales, executives. Right. I'm like, what else can they need? So because we specialize in diversity and sales, why don't we give them a great free offer, and and I'm also going to give them a case study that says, you know what, we're going to be able to help you grow your company. Not only are we able to help you have a diverse group of salespeople, but if they don't perform and have 40 booking or whatever goals you have for them for the first 30 days, you don't pay, right? So by making a bold statement like that, people are going to say, or people that are scrolling through the internet that actually have issues closing sales, closing their own sales, growing their company in sales, and also having diverse individuals will say, you know what? Let me click in. Let me find out what can she do, and how can she help me with my organization. And then they click, and then we have an appointment with them. We're going to how we could help them through a phone call, and then boom, we're able to have a client. So that's a funnel, right? So the first funnel was the book. Second is, a most incredible free gift, which is we want to give you as much value as we can for free, right? And then the second offer is how can we continue? So some of the continuance could be, you know what? We're gonna chip in and provide you with leadership training. We're gonna continue to train that particular salesperson so that we can make sure that they succeed, right? And not just that, you'll be able to have HR on demand. Right. So if you want to have an HR person that you want to speak to on a regular basis, you have access to that as well. Okay. So listening to that, how many of you would not want to jump on this particular offer? Because I've looked around and not many people are offering this, especially within our industry. So it's very good as well to know what's going on in your surrounding. Okay. So as I'm speaking to you right now about continuity, I'll show you exactly how to be successful in your business. Okay, so this is basically what I'm going to show you as in your particular business, and how you could do it for any business as well. But I'll show you very specifically which business that is great for. Okay, so we talked about what continuity is. So no, I would say more is, what is the benefit of continuity? So the benefit of continuity is that you have recurring revenue. Okay, so which includes, involves generating ongoing income. It could be through subscription or regular purchase. Okay, you have customer commitment. So basically you could foster long-term customer relations and loyalty, right? You also have stability in your business, right? So it provides a predictable revenue stream for your business, right? It also has value delivery. So you're consistently delivering value to subscriber to retain them, right? It's also, you also have a sales funnel. So it's used through a sales funnel, you're able to convert customers into a continuing program or service as opposed to using a website. Okay. So now I want you guys to go here, and I want to be able to get feedback from you. So I want to know if you guys have continuity in your business. So in order, just scan right here. So you would go through your scanner, right? Go through your scanner and let me know whether or not you have continuity in your business. Just a minute. Let me go. Let me just reset the result. Okay, perfect. So scan. I'll just make sure it's working. Oops. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, so I see no. I'll give you time. I'll give you guys time to vote. Okay. Okay. So right now I'm getting let's see, view results. Okay. So right now I'm seeing no. So most people have no, and 0% has continuity in their business. Okay. So it's good to know this because it helps me to understand the target audience, right? So let me give you guys an example of continuity. Okay. Now, if your business you feel is not a continuity, I'll be able to show you how you're able to turn into a continuity. Okay. Now, back in the days, printed newspaper were continuity. Remember back in the days, guys, when people used to subscribe to newspaper. So this used to be a continuous. So every single month, or every single day, I can't remember what it is. Every single day, you would have newspaper coming in. Those that those that you would pay for, right? Like the Wall Street Journal or the Chicago Tribune or the New York Times, right? Some of them you had to pay for. Some of them were free. But this is an example of continuing program, right? So continuing that took place back in the days, right? So it's good to see how things were back then, right? So you could see, because some of the things that was good in the past doesn't work in the future, which is what websites right now are doing. So it's becoming a thing of the past as well, right? Supplements. Now, if anybody's in the supplement industry or selling any products whatsoever, product, you're able to have a continuity very easily. And it's actually one of the great business to get into, by the way, because people want to order more and more because they need it, right, in order for them to continue with the health, whatever health that they have, right? So it's a very good business, $1 billion business actually, right? Some people have a bucks of the month, so that could be e-commerce, right? So some people actually have product itself, right? And you could have, actually, I've seen many companies that are doing that. They have different, either it could be a surprise, or every single month you get to choose what you want, and then you get a bucks of the month, and you've got tools or things that you could deliver to your clients, right? It could also be with membership sites, right? So also it could also be for consulting, right? If you're consulting, if you're teaching, if you're a lawyer, if you're an HR consultant, even if you have a brick and mortar, you could change it to a continuity program. But you need to have a different mindset, right? Because the mindset that got you to brick and mortar, you will need to revamp your business, that you could keep your brick and mortar and add a continuity thing to your business, which will allow you to grow, right? So the continuity that you will be creating will allow you to grow, make money every single month, so that you could either pay somebody to take care of your brick and mortar or do it yourself should you wish, right? But the purpose is to be able to have the freedom to be able to think. Okay. All right. So let's take a little bit of breather. We'll get up a little bit, shake ourselves a little bit. It's 1 hour. We've got another few minutes to go. So I want us to be able to shake ourselves and just, okay. Let's be able to get the energy glowing into our body. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that you're actually paying attention. It's very important to me. All right. And I know a lot of people, they go from, presentation to presentation to presentation. I want to make sure that you're getting the best value of it. Okay. So we're going to stretch a little bit, go from side to side. Okay. Neck here, neck here. All right. Forward. All right. Okay. This will also give you the time if you want to grab a pen and paper, because I really want to make sure that you guys are getting all the information that you need for your business, because this is for you. Okay. So let's continue. Now, one of the best way for continuity is any website that has a SaaS. Okay. So what is a SaaS? It's a software as a service. Okay. So why a software as a service? So it would be, it allows you to focus on your growth, right? So which allows you to outsource. So you could be, and it doesn't have to be your company that's creating the software. You could actually work with other company as well, right? And what it does, it allows you to have a software management that lets you focus on your core business strategy for continuity, right? A SaaS business is cost efficient, right? So it cost effective. So it has a cost effective subscription, which enables better budgeting for long term continuity, right? It also has automatic updates. So when you have a SaaS business, it handles all the software maintenance, keeping you secure and up to date, right? You could have access to it anywhere in the world, right? And nowadays, one of the things, I know there's a baby boomers and millennials, but one thing that I love about millennials that they really know how to, work, have a work-life balance, right? They want to work from anywhere in the world, and as they should. And I think that it's for us, well, I'm a millennial as well. I'm at the cusp, but I think that baby boomers and anybody else, they need to really understand that it's great to work. It's great to work and to have the passion, but working hard and sacrificing your health and your family, it's not the way to go. And I know that when anybody, and I'm guilty of it, when you start a business, your goal is not, let me sacrifice myself and work so many hours a day. That's not our goal. It just so happened that we got caught up, right? So by being able to have a continuity business, you're able to work from anywhere in the world, from the beach, from anywhere that you wish, right? And also it allows you for scalable and adaptable, right? So it adapts to your needs, ensuring that that the continuity as your business grow. Okay. So now I talked earlier on about my most incredible free gift offer. So right now we'll talk about you in regards to what you need in order for you to have a continuous business, right? So the one thing you need to have is the most incredible free gift offer ever. So I keep saying offer ever. Okay. So I want you to think about your business right now and what can you give for free? Okay. Just remember that your clients are scrolling on the internet. And I'm not sure if you guys see this, but Facebook and now WhatsApp, if you guys go to your WhatsApp, there's apps, there's ads, or this channel that you could actually join. Okay, they're very ruthless in regards to helping you stay connected and hooked and addicted literally to their platform. Okay, so just think about that. Your customers are literally addicted, some of them, to the platform, and you want them to work with you. Out of all this noise, and you're competing with the giants of the giants that have lots of money to spend on Facebook, and Facebook itself as well. Not ads, but the way that they're making sure that you see the same stuff over and over and over again, right? So what can you do in your business to offer a free to your clients, your most no, your niche. It has to be your niche clients as well, by the way. What can you do to stop them from the journey, from whatever they're doing? Like, what big um, offer can you provide them? Okay, so when you do that, you have to be able to provide them with not only an offer, right? But the offer that you're providing them that is free, step one, has to be your continuing offer. Okay. So back in actually, this is something fairly new, because even back then when you learn about funnel, you only think about offering them one free gift or one whatever, right? But right now I'm here to change your mind just a little bit. And whatever free gift you're going to give them is the free gift of your continuing offer. Okay, so it's not a t-shirt, it's not a book, it's not this, it's not that, it's your continuing offer. Okay, so for our business, we give them a book for free, but our continuing free gift offer is to provide them a monthly service that once they go through us with their hiring needs, we're able to not only for month for each and every single month, as they're paying each and every single month, we're able to not only place the person, but we'll coach them. We'll coach them to be, for you and your additional team, how to be great salespeople. And we've got the best, best trainer in the world, right? We'll be able to help them to become a leader with the best trainer in the world, right? We'll be able to help them to be to have leadership, HR, to be able to have to ask any HR issues, right? As you guys know, there's a lot of conflict sometimes in work. And also right now is the first time ever that the leaders in organizations could be women, could be black, could be you could have a son and their grandson in the same organization. That's how much of a gap there is, right? So the leadership component has changed dramatically, right? Back then, it was only baby boomers that were working hard and that were working 20 years and they were getting their salary. Now we've got a millennial that wants the same salary that this particular person has worked for 20 years, but that's what's happening in the workforce, right? So we're able to provide that as a service on a monthly basis, whenever you need it. Right. So this is a free gift ever. So the free gift ever is that you would have, 14 days free or 1 month free to be able to work with us. Right. So that's one of the free gifts that we could provide. Right. So in your business, what can you give? Right. And I'll give you guys an example afterwards as well. Okay. So now one of the best, business that are monthly is Netflix. Right? As you guys see, a lot of us are Netflix subscribers. Can't remember, it's 10, 15, I don't know. We have one of my beautiful sisters that's paying it for all of us. We all have an account together. So what does it do? It not only does it's smart, because not only is it a monthly subscription, it's something that you want, and I wouldn't say need, but you want, right? You get to share with your family. It creates a lot of value. It brings family together. Right? So that's a great thing. That's a great example of that. And you can create it too. Don't Netflix started like you. The founders of Netflix started just like you as well. Right? So the same way that they had an experience or an idea to build something like that, so can you. Okay. So now when you create your most incredible free gift, it has to hurt. Like, I remember sometimes one of the some of the things that people would not want to give. It's like, why would I give this for free? I spent so much money on it. It's like, yes, but who's your client? Are you the client, or are they the client? Why don't you focus on giving them the service in order for them to be able to enjoy it? It's not for you, it's for them. Give it to them for free. Let them know that you want to help them. In order, like John Maxwell would say, in order for you to ask for something, lead with your heart. Give them something that they would benefit from. Okay. So you could offer them even a one-on-one, training or free copies of this book, right? So the main thing is to create awareness. Okay. Now, this is an example of a free gift. So this is a value of 523.91, right? It comes with CDs, it comes with a hat, it comes with an MP3 player, it comes with a cup, it comes with a member card, all kinds of stuff, right? So if somebody's scrolling on the internet and they see all this for free, would you not at least want to enter your first name, last name, email just to get this and get more information about this company, right? And again, it's not about being free, but it's about what the company offers, what it stands for, and what it's offering to you. Now, so right now, there's the Daniel Millionaire has several steps. So the first, we talked about it, the most incredible, the continuity. The second step is the most incredible free gift, most incredible free gift ever. And then the third one is to be able to launch. You have to go out there and launch your actual program, right? That could be done through webinar, that could be done through challenges. But the main thing is to go out there and, it could be through marketing as well, like through Google Ads or whatever else, or YouTube or whatever. But the goal there is that if you don't market, no one's going to know about your beautiful business. I've met many great people. They're the best doctors, the best naturopath, but they don't promote themselves. So I feel that you're creating a disservice to your client and yourself by not being able to serve these individuals, by them not knowing that you exist. Okay? So now I want to talk to you about the Daniel Millionaires. Okay? So for today, I would like to offer you the opportunity to become, to create a business that has continuity. Okay. So who is it good for? So the goal is to, whatever your business is, we're going to create an info product, okay, information product. That could be through teaching, right? So that could be through teaching, through consulting, and through coaching, through whatever, right? So we're able to, your business, the goal is to be able to change into an information product, right? If you have a software, we'll be able to help you to be able to create a continuity program, continuity software, so continuity software, and how to be able to promote it. And also for e-commerce businesses, if you're selling product, we'll be able this particular program will be able to help you as well. Okay. Now, this particular program, what it provides, it's coaching, accountability calls, you'll have training, videos, audio, and written. You'll have workbook and templates. You'll have access to a community, and you'll have access to live events and many different goodies as well, right? Live events, if you guys want to know, it's in Mexico. All right. So the framework would be on 3 stages. Okay. So the stage 1 is implementing and creating your most incredible free gift ever. Okay. So that comes with creating the foundation, creating a continuity or subscription. Okay. And again, your business doesn't need to have it right now. We're going to help you to be able to create it. Okay. And the third one is the creation of the most incredible free gift ever. Okay. Stage 2, we'll be able to help you to create the funnel, right? We'll be able to help you to create the launching, how to launch your funnel. And we'll be able to show you how yourself, or if you want to create through some people use different avatar, but how it's important for you to be able to be on all the different platforms, to be able to attract people and to get to know you from a branding perspective. Okay. Now, the third stage, we're actually going to show you how to to become the DNA of millionaires, right? And how to create challenges and webinars, and how to create live event, either via face-to-face or virtual events. Okay. So, and then each stage, again, compromises of training, live video, podcast, classes, workbook, fillable with templates, and live coaching. Okay. So just before I go to the next, we'll talk about a question that you may have, right? So what types of funnel we'll be focusing on, right? So again, we'll be focusing on different types of funnel. The main thing is to discover how to create a discovery, interest, appraisal, confirmation, and how to convert your particular business. Okay. Um, how do you able to access the content? You're able to access the content. We'll be able to be live every Thursdays at noon, and you'll be able to access it through the Millionaire Portal. Okay. So now, just before that, I'm actually going to stop my screen so that I could see the questions that you have, and I will be answering more questions as well. So just a moment. And I'm also going to go here as well. You'll be able to see how to um, how to look further into that, right? So now let me share my screen again. Okay. So we've got a few questions. I'm actually going to answer them as well as we go. Thank you for thank you for your questions, by the way. All right. So one of the things as well. Let me share again. Okay. So just before that, let's shake it up a little bit. Let's shake it, shake it, shake it. All right. Because you guys have been here. Brother, I want to thank you for being here for an hour and a half. I just want to say thank you. I know it's not easy to sit here and pay attention, and you're like, oh my God, there's more information. Does that even work for my business? I completely understand, right? So, one of the questions that was asked is, by the way, I was able to get your questions beforehand, and I'm able to answer it now. Actually, there was more actually asked. Yeah, so that's where we were, right? So, one of the questions that were asked was how to access the content. So I believe I was able to do that. So we have a live call weekly for noon, right? But if you're not able to go there at this particular time, you will have access to it on the actual portal. Okay. Now it's going to ask who have access. So you will be able to have access to it as the main holder, or if you have a business partner and a spouse. Because the way that I want to do this is that the worst thing that you want to have is you're successful and your partner does not have the same mindset as you, right? You guys could do this together. You guys could retire together. Okay. And guys, I really want you guys to be part of it because that's what I'm doing right now with my hubby. All right. So as you guys know, in the past, I was by myself and I was living the life. However, and those that have retired will tell you retiring is hiring overrated. Okay. And also, you also want to have somebody to share it with, which is why I went from Bali, Indonesia, Australia, Singapore, Miami. I forgot about Miami. I lived in Miami actually during the COVID, living my best life. But deep down, I've always wanted to have a husband and a family to share this with, right? And I always thought, okay, I cannot do this with my husband, but that's not true. God was able to bless me with a wonderful man. We have the same vision, the same mindset, and we're doing this together. Right. So my goal right now, as I'm here, I'm actually in Ottawa, is to retire us. We're actually retiring together. He has a brick and mortar business. So those of you that have a brick and mortar business, it's not an issue, right? And you guys, this is my first, by the way, Daniel is my first one. So you guys will be the absolutely first. That's why I'm going to give you so much bonuses right now, because I've done this before while I was running Wall Street and everything else. I've done it in the past, but now it's my first time going back and teaching this, while I'm with my family and everything else, right? So you guys will be able to see myself, my husband, and my daughter. By the way, my daughter also has a business. She actually has a slime business. You'll be able to see them grow. So I want to create a movement where families are able to have the life of their dream. Okay. I'm a career expert. What does that mean? I see people going to jobs on a very regular basis that they hate, And it's my mission to stop that. Even as a recruiter business owner, I have no interest whatsoever to match somebody to a job that they don't enjoy just for the money. I don't believe in that. It's not part of my value, right? My values are to be able to create people with the financial freedom to make decisions because they choose, not because they have to. Okay. So again, as a career, as I've seen it before, like not loving a job that you want create diseases. Okay. And let me just put it into it that way. Like, let me show that's how passionate I am. Okay. Just imagine this. If you are working for somebody right now that you don't enjoy, if you enjoy, it's a different thing, right? So if you're working for somebody, right, or you're currently working for yourself and you're working 24 hours, 7 days a week, and you're not spending time with your family, just remember that at the end of the day, most people that are working for other people and they want to travel at 65 years old, most of the people, I would say 80% of the people end up broke. So you spent 30, 46, God knows how many years working. And at the end of the day, you're broke. Like that's what happened to most people. So we may want to think about our DNA. What have we been feeding? Like what has society fed us in regards to what we're supposed to be doing with our life, right? People are getting rich, and it's not the little people that are working for other people for a job that they don't like. Okay, so I want to put that concept, and I think I'm stressed it enough as to how, if you have access to this, everybody in your family, your kid included, is included, because I really want you guys to succeed. Okay, so if you have a business, yes, you could actually put this into your business as well. You will also have a certification at the end of the program. Okay, so do you need to have a business already? No, you don't need to have a business already, right? So some of you guys have asked me, do you need to have a business, or before I start? You don't have to have a business, but just you need to have a um, business idea. Okay, business idea or an existing, sorry, business that's already existing. So we're going to take your existing business or ideas and create it, and make sure that we create a continuity program for that. Okay, is this a one-on-one coaching? So I'm going to give you guys a surprise at the end. It's not a one-on-one coaching. It is a group coaching. So, we'll be able to see what it offers, but it's not a one-on-one coaching. It's not, but you do have the opportunity to do one-on-one in the future, should you wish, or at any time, right? At additional cost. But this one is a group coaching where you'll be able to have access to everyone. Okay. So this is my offer, right? So you'll have access to the DNA of Millionaire, where we're actually going to go in and literally change your mindset. Because as you guys know, it's not about just making monies, but it's about recreating a new you. Okay. In order for me to have millions, to have millions in the past or whatever else, and creating millions, I had to have different habits. Okay. You don't have to, but if you want to, these are the things that worked for me that I could share with you. And again, you don't have to, you could do whatever you want, right? But there's two ways of doing things. It's either the hard way, or learning and stepping in the giants of all the people that have spent a minimum, I'm sure, $1 million to be coached, right? Some of them, it's $75,000 just to be coached by one person. And you've seen that's just a fraction of the people that have been coached by, right? So you could do that. You could start things by yourself, trying to figure it out, do the cheap way, right? And consume, and years pass by. Or you could take I won't say the magic wand, but just step in the shoulder of the giants and just learn and absorb and be coachable, right? So what I'm offering is the 5 a.m. morning club, right? So what is a 5 a.m. morning club? 5 a.m. morning club is a philosophy that actually has been created by Robin Sharma. Robin Sharma, as you guys know, is a great author of the guy that wrote how to the monk whose soul is Ferrari, right? So it talks about how successful people, billionaires, people of successful executive, and that's what I've been doing for so many years in the past. Right now, I'm started back the 5 a.m. club, right? So, but that's what I've been doing in the past. Is I was programmed to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, right? And people that did that are part of the 1%. Right? So these are people that actually first thing in the morning, they're doing the hardest thing. There's a book called Eat the Frog First, or Eat the Frog, something about those lines. And in this book, they talk about first thing in the morning, do the most difficult things. Because after that, everything else is easy. And that's what we're doing. Okay. And yes, do I feel like sometime, what the hell am I doing? Because it's 4:30 in the morning when I wake up. Well, when the buzzer comes in, my my husband reminds me of that when I tell him I wake up at 4. He's like, it's 4:30. I'm like, all right, 4:30. Or like what more like 4:50. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm there at 5 o'clock. Like, yeah. So anyway, so 5 o'clock. And in my mind, I'm like, it's 5 o'clock. What am I doing? Why am I waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning? And I remember my why. Why am I doing this? And the life that I want to have. And I remind myself that I am the 1%. I am the 1%. Statistically, guys, 2% of the people actually accomplish their goal each year. New Year's resolution, the exact same thing. People are saying, I'm going to wake up in the morning. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, right? Statistically, January 1st, everybody's excited, right? I would say 100% are still there. By February 14, statistically, years after years after years after years. And people know that, by the way. It's not a secret. Everybody's aware of that. They still do the same thing because they have the same paradigm, right? So February 14, 80% of the people are dropping out, right? That's out of their goals, out of the gym, out of everything. Statistically, by February 14, 80% of the people are dropping out just because life gets in the way, you know? Around June, only 4% would have continued their goal. 4%, that's halfway. And by the following year, only 2% would have accomplished their goal. All right. We're part of the 1% because not only are we working out, we're doing 20 minutes of meditation. So not only are we working out, we're working our physique. So we're getting up and we're like, either we're doing yoga or we're doing Pilates or we're doing some hardcore weights with dumbbell, but we're working out. So we're awake, but now it's time for us to ground each other, to really understand and connect with each other. Connect not only with each other, but with our higher self. Like whatever you believe in, it's fine. But each and every single one of us has a voice that speaks inside of us, right? But we don't take the time to listen to it. During this 20-minute meditation, we're going to actually take some time for ourselves and to listen to our higher self. And again, there was somebody that says, when you pray, it's you talking to God. But when you meditate, it's God talking through you, right? So whatever you want to believe in, whether it's God, whether it's your higher self, it's the universe, it's the same thing, right? So we take 20 minutes to meditate. And after that, we take 20 minutes to reading. And right now, of course, we're reading the book, Think and Grow Rich. So not only are we reading it, but as you're reading, and people don't think about that, your soul is connected to the soul of the people that created this book. Because everything is energy. The book is energy. The words is energy. Your word that you're seeing in this book is energy, right? So if you take the time, and we're not reading fast, we'll probably read about 1 or 2 pages and that's it. Because the goal is not about going fast. It's about actually implementing. I remember Bob Proctor learned from one of his coaches, and he said, he went to his, and he had like a holder, and he went in to see him. He was on this particular page. 1 week later, and he was on this particular page, and he said, "Oh, I think that are you reading this book?" And he's like, "Yeah." Why do you ask? He's like, "Well, I realized that it's been like a week or two, and you haven't turned the book." And it's like, "Oh, well, thank you for asking." And the reason why it's like this is because the goal, I'm going to keep this book, this page, even though it takes me 1 year until until I take action and actually apply what's in this particular page. Okay. So this is what we're offering. It's not just to read, but to also become the people that have written this book, the people on this book, which are the giants that change the world as we know right now, right? So another thing that you're going to have as well, you'll have access to a funnel, right? So you could go and get many different funnels. right? The one that I think that works very, very well. And right now, after that, you'll be able to see an offer where you could go to a trial. If you go and get your offer right away, you'll be able to, I'm going to create a funnels for you for free. Okay. So you don't have to go out there and create a continuity page, none of that stuff. I've decided to create a continuity funnels for you for free. All you've got to do is to go to this page, get a 14-day trial, and I will send you automatically a funnel that you just click. We'll be able to send you a video as well on how to be able to install it, right? You'll get a video, you click on it, and you have your funnel already ready. You'll have your continuing offer first page. You'll have your offer page. You'll have an upsell, and you also have a thank you page and a membership page. Okay, this costs a minimum of 2,500 to 10,000 just to create those funnels. Okay, I'm giving it for you for free. All you've got to do is just change the pictures and everything else, and it's yours for free, right? So this particular one, it has to be go high level. So that's another question that I've been asked. I'm answering it right now. It has to be go high level. Go high level has everything that you need in order for you to start business right away. Okay, so that's to answer this particular question. We'll also have a great morning club with the beautiful Tammy called Rise and Shine. And we want to invite you to the 90-day challenge. So the morning club, the Rise and Shine, it's right after the 5 a.m., 6 o'clock. And that's our morning routine, guys. 6 o'clock, we get grounded. We write our goals, we do affirmation, we do gratitude, we get centered, we do chakra, we get our chakra to remove, to be able to really connect with our goals, right? So let me ask you this. What is your morning routine? Put it on the chat below. What is your morning routine? Okay, I'm going to ask you that, and you could pause and think about that. And let me ask you, let me give you guys 2 seconds to think about it. What is your morning routine? Okay. Now, let me ask you, for those that don't have a 5 a.m. and a 6 a.m. Routine, ask yourself, second question is, what is your goal? Do you want to have 7-figure? Because you can, right? So now, my other question is your morning routine has gotten you the result that you currently are looking to accomplish? You could put it on the chat below. I can't see the screen right now, but I'll see it afterwards. I'll be able to answer this question. Has your morning routine been able to give you the result that you're currently doing right now? Okay. So I'm just going to guess. That the question is no. Now, let me ask you, do you think that maybe, perhaps, waking up, having clear clarity is where you want to go, working out, giving love to yourself, taking care of your health, right? One of the things that Robin Sharma says is that most of the people are working their life to accomplish their success, right? And they spend the rest of their life spending money to be able to have their health. So you work your entire life to have the success, and you spend all your money towards the end. Those that did it wrong, by the way, to keep yourself in health, right? So wouldn't you want to give yourself the gift of health? And if so, why not do it early in the morning? There's no excuses. Guys, I've heard it all. I'm busy. I have a family. God knows, it's much easier when you're by yourself. I can attest into that. And myself, I went from living by myself to having a 10-year-old overnight. I'm like, whoa, to having a husband, that wants to cook and clean and everything. I'm like, whoa, right? So how do you manage it all, right? So at the end of the day, it's about giving it to yourself first. And I was looking for time. I'm like, where can I do it? Because I am busy, right? And I decided, moving forward is that, I have to pick up my daughter at 5 o'clock. So I cannot work those long hours that I used to. So what can I do it? First thing in the morning. And most people that are successful, they already know that. I don't have to, I don't have to tell you that. Some people wake up at 3, but I want you guys to be able to have some some sleep. So I want you guys to be able to wake up at 5 o'clock. Okay, you won't be by yourself. There'll be a community of us, and we'll keep you accountable. Okay, and remember, the reward is your success. The reward is your health, and there's no amount of money that can replace that. Okay. So, what you're also going to have as a free gift, as a bonus, I'm also going to share with you my morning. So, it's called the morning manifestation, the 90-day journal. Okay. I created a morning journal just to track my thought process. And it's an inspiration as well, right? So that for the first 90 days, because they say, and Robin Sharma would say, it takes you about 60 days for you to be able to break out of a new habit. Okay, but I want to go further and I want to do 90 days. Okay, because it's going to be challenging every single day. Even Tony Robbins will tell you. Tony Robbins gets up in the morning and goes straight into cold ice water. Do you think he wakes up and he says, "Whoa, I can't wait until the cold ice water"? No. So the goal is, as you're changing your habits, you're changing your paradigm. So what's going to happen is that you're going to do it without even thinking. Right. So the same way, remember when you had your old, well, your current or your current that will become your old paradigm, you get up one side of the bed. This is what you do. Right. Now you're going to have a new paradigm. You get up 5 o'clock, you know exactly. You're going straight. You have your mat. You have everything else. You're ready to go. Don't think about it. Just do. Right. So we've got the morning manifestation 90-day journal where you get to write your thoughts, your feelings, and it's inspiration to help you to see from where you are to where you want to be, right? To where you are to where you're going to be, so that at the end of the day, that you look at yourself and you don't recognize yourself in terms of how healthy you are. Your surrounding won't be able to recognize you, but most importantly, your bank your bank manager won't be able to recognize you. All right. So another free thing that I want to offer you guys as well is the ultimate 101 guide to marketing. Okay. This is called the Dream 100. So I've taken out all of the marketing stuff that's going on and what you need to be. I've taken all of the thinking, the research. I've done all the homework for you. And I'm giving you a roadmap right now, whatever your industry is, to focus on your Dream 100 client. What does that mean? Is that in order for you to get to where you want to be, you need honestly just 10 max, 10, whatever. If you're not 100, that's fine. But if you have 10 clients that are repeatable on a very regular basis, that's usually what people usually need in order for them to grow and to scale, right? Depending on their industry, right? So this particular book is to help you to focus only on your Dream 100. And what does it mean is that those clients may not be overnight, but when you do, they're going to make your company. And those Dream 100 are not like, a thousandaire company. These are the most outrageous goal company that you want to go for. If you want your partner to be Oprah, that's going to be part of your Dream 100 clients, right? If you want your partners to be Tony Robbins, you want your partners to be Bob Proctor, rest in peace. Anybody, doesn't matter. This guide is going to help you, give you the step-by-step guide to help you to get exactly on how to create a systematic way to have them as your partner, associates, or your clients. Okay. So I'm giving this for free, by the way. If you sign up today, you'll get this for free. Okay. In addition to that, I'm also going to give you competitor insight metrics, right? So now we're going to focus on the client that we want to have, but we also want to focus on who are our competitors. What are they doing, right? So it's not about putting your heads in the sand, but it's also about what are they doing and to learn and what more can you offer, right? So that you could stand out from your competition, right? In addition to that, you also have access to our Facebook group community, because it's always good to be surrounded with like-minded individuals. Okay. So like, as I told you guys early on before, when I wanted to quit my job, no one in my environment was okay with it. No one understood. Why? Because they were employees looking for a job. And I wanted to become an entrepreneur, or I wanted to do something different that no one in my surrounding ever dared to do. Right. So unfortunately, or fortunately to know, you are the 5 people you surround yourself with. Can you be around the same friends? Absolutely. Every day? No. Once a month? Yeah. Right. But if you want to get to where you want to be, unfortunately, you need to have a different group of environment. And that's what we're able to help you. So when you have those crazy dreams, crazy dreams and goals and ambitious goals, we're able to go around you and say, you know what, you can do it. You can do it, and we have your support, right? Versus your family that's like, how are you gonna pay the bills? How are you gonna do this? Are you crazy? Right? Remember, I went from $75,000 a year, secure, permanent, full-time job, to going door to door because I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew that I didn't want to do that, right? So you have to be crazy, okay? You have to be crazy in a good way to be able to be around that community, to be able to change your DNA to a millionaire one, okay? So join us, join the crazy 1% club, okay? So now again, so right now what you'll have today. You'll see the link on the offer below. You'll have the program on how to create your continuity program, the continuity program subscription of your business, right? You'll also have access to Go High Level, where I'll be able to give you literally a funnel where you'll have it instantly, right? So you'll be able to just change the thing. You'll have the first page, the continuity, the offer. You'll have the upsell. You'll have a membership page as well, where you could just add your stuff there, right? You'll have the morning club, right, with Tammy, right, and myself, or you have the 90 days, right? You're also going to have the 5 a.m. club, where you'll be able to come in, do a workout, meditation, and read, right? What a great way to start the day, by the way. I absolutely love it, right? You'll have the competitor insight to get access to the people that are in your surrounding, and how can you be the number one choice in your industry is by first researching what's going on in your backyard as well, right? You'll have access to the Facebook community, and you'll have the morning club 90 days journal, and you'll have also the Dream 100 marketing guide to marketing. So the DNA of the Millionaire Program is a value at $20,000. Why? Because you'll be able to, again, go to all the knowledge that I've created, and you'll be able to have this concise. So the way that it is set up is that the week 1, we show you how to do things. Week 2, you'll be able to see in the backstage how to be able to implement it. Week 3, you'll be able to see a member. I'll be able to get one member or 2 members, and to go behind the funnel to see exactly how can we help them. And then week 4, it'll be your week to implement everything. Okay, so that's the program that you'll have, right? You'll also have access to the 1% morning club, right? So again, we'll be able to get the top of the top. We're doing meditation with different gurus in the world, right? From Dr. Joseph Spencer to Bob Proctor to many others. So you'll be able to do the 5 a.m. club, and the value 7,000. You'll also be able to have access to the Rise and Shine challenge. And again, this is a challenge that comes with from 6 to 6:30 for half an hour. The value is 720. You'll have access to Go High Level, or you'll have a 14-day free trial. You're also going to be able to have the ultimate guide to your dream. The value is $2,000. So the total value is about $30,000. Okay. So would you say that would you say that it's worth $30,000 for your mindset to shift, for you to have a business that's in continuity each and every single month, that allows you not to have to work? The only thing you need to do is to find more clients to come to this monthly thing. That's all you're going to have to do. Find clients to go to this monthly business that you've created, right? So that's what this program is. We're creating a business that's creating something each and every single month, and it's set. And all you've got to do after that, every single day, find new ways. How else can I bring people to my thing? Then you find, we'll show you how you could bring more people. And then you just keep adding more and more people to that particular program. And every single month, your monthly cash flow is adding and growing and growing and growing. And with this monthly cash flow, you're able to travel around the world. You're able to live off that. You're able to pay your mortgage. But again, it's coming systematically every single month in your bank account. Okay, so that's the program that I'm offering. Honestly, I think 20,000 is not even enough. Okay, so now what it allows you to do, it allows you to be creative. But you know what? Okay, now I'm making enough money. What else can I offer my clients? They say that they love it. They've gained. What else can I offer them? Maybe you could invite them to do a live event with them. You could actually get to meet the people that you're serving and ask them, what else? How else can I serve you? And learn from them. And they will tell you what they would want another product or services that you offer. Okay, so so would you say that this particular thing is valued at $30,000? Would it be a value? Right, let me just see the comments. I see, hell yeah, okay, beautiful. So yes, definitely it's worth 30,000, right? But I'm not going to scare you guys. I know that some of you guys don't have $30,000, right? I would have paid $30,000 for coaches, because I know that I'm working with the best of the best and I want to get results fast. Okay, so what I will do is that if you go to this particular website, okay, usually that you would get, actually from my website, you would get, if you go to my website right now, you will get it for $19.97. Okay, that's the price that I'm offering it for. Okay, however, just for today, okay, for those people that are currently live for today, I'm offering this for $97 a month. Okay, so all you got to do is to go to powerfulmanifestors.com/Ruth offer. Okay, so let me just repeat what you're getting for um for $97 a month or $997 a year. You're getting your funnel created. You're getting your program created, right? You're getting the Rise and Shine. You're getting the 5 a.m. club, right? You're getting the Ultimate Dream 100 to help you get your dream customer. You're getting the journal that helps you to write your thoughts from day one to day 90, right? And you're also getting a competitive metrics for you to be able to see um, the clients right now and how can you become the number one in your particular industry. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to invite Mina and Tammy. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. So again, it's powerfulmanifestors.com. Okay. So another thing that I'm actually going to throw at you guys, these few comments that I'm going to these few comments that I'm actually going to add is I'm actually going to this is supposed to be 97 for you to do this program by yourself, right? But I want you guys to be part of it. I want you guys to succeed. So I want you guys to be able to be part of this particular group and this particular community. Okay, so if you guys go to powerfulmanifestors.com/Ruth offer, you'll be able to see all the details there. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and welcome Mina and Tammy to the screen. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
Great
Great
job, Ruth.
presentation. Yeah, great job, Ruth. Yeah.
I'm so excited because I see so many people that are actually I think I see I'm getting an email from person. Okay, perfect. Okay, so guys, in addition to that, sorry about that. I wanted to say because I'm getting a message right now from my funnel guy. So yes, the way that sorry, I'm getting one more question. Sorry. So the way that you will get your funnel is going to be by email. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that. So if you go to the page right now, you'll be able to see the 14 days free for Go High Level, right? And then you'll be able to $97 offer. The funnel itself will be sent to you by email as well as all the other bonuses. So I just wanted to clarify that. All right, sorry about that, guys. So how do you guys feel? How do you guys feel? Do you guys have any questions or what do you guys thought in regards to this particular program? And my question would be more like from a funnel perspective. I know Mina, you've got a funnel, right? I know that Peggy, which is coming in tomorrow, she's actually made millions in funnels, right? Which I'm actually going to ask you about it as well tomorrow. So I know the power of funnel. Tammy, I know that you're starting right now when it comes to funnels. But what about you, Mina? Do you see the difference in regards to having a website and having a funnel? And how has that changed your business?
Absolutely. Nowadays, I think, like you say, we need a funnel to be known on the market. It's a funnel. You don't have to. Um, before, when you build a website, you need about 3 or 4 pages on your website. And if some of you want to conserve your website, it's okay too. But the funnel is something that will help you to have result fast, right? The website, it's there for people to come. It's like your store. For me, like the website, it's like my store. People just come in and they can choose and they can see my books, they can see my programs, they can see what I have in my store and click on it. But in your website, you can have a funnel too that will lead to the program or something that you want to sell, right, to the people. And a funnel is something that you want to sell immediately. Like you have a new product, you have a new book, you have a new program, then create a funnel
Mm-hmm.
and then put it on Facebook ad or Google ad. Then you market that. And then people, when they see it, they just go in there and click, 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 a few click. Then if your program align with them and they like it, or your book, they like it, they just click on it, buy, and that's it, and that's all, right? So it's, for me, it's two different thing, kind of. The funnel, it's more for promotion
Mm-hmm.
of new products or programs. And if people want to create a website, it's okay too, but it's more general. It's like your store. But if you're new on the market as a coach or as a consultant, I would recommend building the funnel first because it's faster to sell. Building your website, it takes longer. So when you have your revenue, the level that you want, then you have more time, then concentrate to build a website after. But when you start a funnel, it's better. That's my thought. And congratulations, Ruth, was a 2 hours intense kind of information, and I just love it. Thank you. Mhm.
Thank you, thank you. Tammy, now, and my question to you, Tammy, is I know that right now you're focusing and growing, and you're currently focusing on creating a funnel.
Mhm.
Um, but can you tell me, you had a website, you have a website?
Yep.
How much did it cost you?
Oh, my husband may be listening. A few thousand dollars, and has it generated sales or of products? Probably not. No,
Mhm.
there's no probably. It's absolutely not.
So I just wanted to add something because her website is absolutely beautiful. And like Nina said, you'll see all the products and services that she provides, and you'll see her as an expert in her field, right? Funnel doesn't provide that, as Mina said. You could actually create a funnel with a website, but it's a different story. But I just want to reiterate that, we see this all the time. I've done it so many times. You know how many websites I've created? And I remember when somebody came up to me and said, they want to, and I just finished creating it. And it was my first encounter with funnels. And they're like, "Oh, you have a website?" And I was so proud. I'm like, "Yeah, check it out." And then they're like, "So where's people? Where are you getting the contact information?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, where are you getting the emails? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, where are you sending them email on a regular basis?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "Where are you?" And I had no, like, "Are you making money?" I'm like, "Well, you know." So I remember I was devastated because yes, I spent money, but at the end of the day, it's about learning, right? So I was able to learn and say, you know what, it's okay. The main thing is that I know now, right? And yes, and if you have a website, you could definitely 100% keep it, right? It's a store. If anybody wants to go to your website, they'll have access to that, right? But funnel is something that is, I wouldn't say guaranteed, but it allows you to have a better conversion rate, like working smart versus working hard, right? So thank you for sharing. Okay.
And I wanted to say, and now Ruth likes to throw that back to us now when she's like, Tammy, how much did your website cost? And how many sales?
Yeah.
So no, I am so hooked on funnels now, so excited, like your full 2 hours, even though we work together and we're often together. It's like new ideas now of how, because I have nothing also that is set on continuing my business right now. It's, live clients, always live clients in person in their businesses at home or at my home, as a natural therapist or just for the mental coaching. So no, I'm looking forward to building a continuing business with, so I have a bunch of ideas now with the how to do it and what to do it.
And not just that, let's go travel. Let's do a live event live while we have money coming in each and every single month, right? So that's the goal, guys. And we're inviting each and every single one of you. All right. So, guys, it is 2 o'clock. I appreciate your time. For the VIP, you're gonna get an email very specifically to go to the room, and we'll be able to take you one step further and help you with your business. Thank you so much for joining in us today for day 2. And be ready for tomorrow. We have our special guest, Peggy McCall, New York Times best-selling author, which will be joining us to show you guys how can you become an author.
Yeah, I'll be there. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye bye.